with Palantir. I think dispelling some of the concerns out there around the data collection. Certainly had a lot to say about the New York Times, but also about the growth in the commercial business, what they're doing for their customers and for the U.S. government as well.
While you've been talking, headlines from both Chinese media and the president about that phone call this morning. Let's get to Eamon Javers. Hey, Eamon.
Carl, a long and detailed confirmation now from President Trump on his conversation by telephone with President Xi Jinping of China. The president said the call lasted about an hour and a half. He says they discussed a range of topics, but it focused almost entirely on trade. He says there should no longer be any questions respecting the complexity of rare earth products. Not entirely clear what that means, of course, but he also says our respective teams will be meeting shortly at a location to be determined. We will be represented by Secretary of the Treasury Scott Bessent, Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and United States Trade Representative Ambassador Jameson Greer. He also says that he was invited to China and that he invited, in turn, Xi Jinping to the United States for a visit. He says that's something that we both look forward to doing. He says the conversation was focused almost entirely on trade, says nothing was discussed concerning Russia, Ukraine, or Iran, and will inform the media as soon as the meeting is scheduled. So clearly a high-level meeting between these two sides coming up at some point, TBD. Not clear from this statement whether anything at all had been agreed to other than the existence of a meeting and these mutual invitations and gestures of respect from the two leaders back and forth. So you'd have to say a positive phone call here, but maybe lacking some of the detail in terms of agreements or agreements to have agreements that I think some folks on Wall Street were looking for. Also, we got some comments from Xi Jinping to Chinese state media over the past 20 minutes while you guys were in that interview. A couple of things that Xi Jinping said that were kind of interesting. One is he said that Trump is welcome to visit China again. He said the U.S. should cancel negative measures taken against China, and that both sides should enhance their exchanges. He said the two sides should enhance exchanges in diplomatic, economic, trade, military, and law enforcement. He also made a couple of points about Taiwan, which is interesting. He said the U.S. should handle the Taiwan issue carefully, and the U.S. should avoid a very small number of Taiwan independent separatists who are dragging China and the U.S. into a dangerous situation and conflict and confrontation. So while the President of the United States' statement on this call said that it was almost entirely focused on trade, the President of China suggests they did talk about Taiwan, and the President of China issued some warnings to the U.S. side, Carl.